this is on already. And it's been on for 10 seconds when I picked it up. Well, that was weird. I put it in my pocket, and then I locked the door, and then I put the keys in the same pocket, so the keys must have hit the red record button. So, wow, this device is you would need to be very careful where you put, and realize that you need to be careful where you put this device, because this has happened before, I think. So if you were going and, I don't know, you put it in your bag and you're traveling or something, and then you put something on top of it, the thing could be on the whole time as you're traveling. Anyway, today's the 6th of May 2026, and I'm walking you-know-who, and it's pretty early. It's about 8:30 in the morning. Tomorrow's the 7th, and I've got a dental appointment tomorrow morning at 9 with Dan. He's going to remove somehow my temporary teeth and the metal bar kind of at the back of my teeth. And he apparently seems to think that's going to be difficult, which fills me with a bit of, anxiety. But we're dealing with that. And then he's going to take an imprint. And then he's going to make 2 plastic temporary teeth. And he's going to put them in 2 weeks' time. And then I should be kind of done for a couple of months. And then the only thing to be done after that, hopefully to finish this process, will be the real teeth. This Friday we're going to Maraval. I've decided to go with Flo. One of the reasons is because if I don't go, I feel I'm going to be involved in all kinds of shenanigans to get me to the meeting in X on Friday. I'll let you go. And I don't want to do that, so I thought the lessers of two kind of bad things would be to go with Flo, and I haven't been there for a while. And then next week we're in Flo in Maraval again for the 60th anniversary. I guess the big news of the day is Rock. A few days ago, I don't exactly remember when, Rock had another fall, and he had a big stroke, and he was rushed to Marseille, and it's very, very bad apparently, and now he's in X hospital, and he's been taken off life support, and it's kind of been decided by the doctors and Stephen and his sisters that they should let him pass peacefully, because apparently he's been damaged in a great way by a brain hemorrhage. We all thought he'd passed away yesterday, but then John Woodgate called me last night to say he hadn't. There'd been a misunderstanding. It's all very sad. I'm starting to adjust to the notion that Rock is leaving us, but it's been very strange and moving, because I spent that weekend with them just about two weeks ago, maybe coming up to 3 weeks ago. And to me the man seemed okay, I know he had his walking stick, but he just seemed to have plenty of energy, and going around after watching that movie looking for a place to get a coffee or a Coca-Cola, death seemed a long way away. Anyway, what's on my mind today is the reason I'm up early. Simon is calling me. Come on, Tuka, let's go a little bit further. Ale. He's calling me at 5:30, so Tuka doesn't want to go anymore, and neither do I. It's been raining all night, so there's absolutely muck and water everywhere, and it's getting into the summer anyway. Yeah, Simon is calling me to do the second part of the 5th step. The day before yesterday we started, and I have to say I enjoyed going through my life story in depth. It was a bit like having an interview about your life, which is something I've been ready for all my life. I've been practicing my interviews since I was, I'd say, about 12. And this was the first time really that it was kind of a genuine case of that's what was needed. And so I spent 2 hours just going through all my youth, basically. The incident with Brendan Hayden and John Byrne and Seamus McGill, that time when I was about 10 or 11 years old, Mrs. Lally's class. The incident with my dad and Brendan Hayden. I even brought up the incident with the Dooleys' grandmother. God bless her, when I started being bad with her, and talked a little bit about my upbringing in Lee Megan and the school thing. The school thing with bonjour. A school incident with Mr. McGovern when he told me I could be in a higher class, and I told David Dooley, and the kind of lifelong resentment that spilled out over that with him and his mother. God bless her as well. And there's just a few things, that came in as I was saying it, and I told him about the rocking. That was kind of the big one, I think, that I probably felt some release from. I felt okay to go on about my rocking and how it had been a terrible, shameful thing I'd always felt. And I told him about the time Dorothy Byrne came into the sitting room and I was never so embarrassed. And then the time Pádraig Shelley came in and caught me in a moment, and our relationship was never the same after that. So these were genuine things that I hadn't actually told anybody. I hadn't even told Flo, I don't think, those things. And they kind of came out of nowhere. I just spit them out. And it was a nice process. I expected nothing from it, and I did get something. So today is the second part of that, where I'll go through a list of all the drunk episodes that I remember. With the Scottish guy in Carlow when I was absolutely insane. The episode with Michael Moylan. The episode with Mick Manley, the landlady, Mitzi. And then there's a good, 4 or 5 episodes with Flo. So it could take a couple of hours. I'm well into the program. I'm doing Zoom meetings every day. I'm still feeling stressed about things. Right now the dentist is kind of not far off my mind, but I'm into this guy called David Hawkins, who always does this when he's talking. And I'm finding his ideas inspiring. They're very AA ideas. And when I have moments of anxiety or thinking toward the future, I try to evoke the second and third step as much as I possibly can. And it's something, something that David Hawkins said. Oh Jesus, stop talking. And he said you have to surrender to the higher power and you survive or you don't. But you let God worry about it. And he said the thinking, you have to not want the payoffs of the thinkingness. And I've been saying to myself and others, it's a profound thing to surrender your thinking of the future. And the past, we're working on it, and have a regret for the past and then let it be. But the past with me, I've always got that for a few dollars more line from the bad guy. Somewhere in the movie he says, it's done now. It's done now. And for years and years that has always sufficed to cure a lot of my ills about the past. For a lot of things, it's done now, it can't be undone. And all your thinking and regret's not going to bring anything back and change a second of it. That's a bit like the Omar Khayyam poem. And so now it's 9 o'clock, so we didn't go far because two of us seem to be in the mood. I'll let you go. And it'll be nice, I can have a cup of coffee and get all kind of set up for this 2 hours. Then I can get back to my painting. I got one more coat of paint to do, and then I think I'm done. I think I'm done painting the bedroom for now. And then it's probably paint the bathroom. The toilet, rather. So there you go. That is the scene from a very wet, mucky, cloudy May the 6th, 2022. Flo's gone off to a yoga or something. She's gone very early today. Which is why I have to walk this chap. I don't know who's going to walk him tomorrow though, because I have to leave at 8:15 for the dentist. But let me just unlock this guy. What's over here too? Because there's somebody like putting food or something over here. Is that why you keep coming to the garage here? Sniffing. What's there? Go away. Allez. Go upstairs. I don't want to leave you here in case you're eating some poison or something. And on that note, I shall, I guess, say goodbye as I'm going up the steps, because there's nothing really else to report. I just want to bring you up to date with the terrible news about Rock. Make a note of it here, and I will say adios.